Welcome to Consistency, presented by RAP Schools, the concepts adopted from the 8 Magic Keys developing successful interventions for students with FASD. Youth with an FASD are in many ways just like any other kid. We know that kids need consistency. Where our youth affected with an FASD differ is how consistent we need to be and how many things we choose to make a priority where our expectations are concerned. It goes back to that old age saying, choose your battles wisely. Youth with a FASD need constant, consistent environment with few but important expectations and a very predictable environment. For these youth, people who are constantly rearranging their classrooms or living rooms are a nightmare. They never know what they're going to walk into, creating unneeded chaos into their brains. Due to the changes in the brain, these youth struggle hugely with change and become easily flustered by a lack of consistency, and when this happens, we often see behaviors. This is when we could see temper tantrums, acting out, or defiance. Students with an FASD have a difficult time learning from one situation to another. They do best in an environment with few changes. This includes language. Teachers and parents can coordinate with each other to use the same words for key phrases and oral directions. Rules and expectations are a very important part of consistency that youth with an FASD need. It is especially important that we are consistent in our limit setting. Adults have to give clear and consistent rules and expectations, have firm enough control, be predictable, and always give clear, consistent boundaries. So consistency, how does it work? Tip 1. Youth with an FASD have a hard time adapting what they've learned in one setting, like school, to others, including the home. Creating consistency in a youth's environment is the best way to reinforce learning. One tip for working with youth with an FASD is to find the key learnings they are working on at school or at home and continue these techniques in a different setting. It's also important to be consistent in the way you interact with the youth and deal with challenging behaviors. Tip 2. Youth with an FASD tend to do best when they have a highly structured, scheduled, or routine. This goes back to the consistency they both need and crave. Set up a schedule and try to keep disruptions to this routine to a minimum. If there is an unavoidable schedule change, prepare the youth for it in advance. Tip 3. Positive reinforcement can go a long way with youth, so make an effort to catch them doing something good. Praise them when they act appropriately or learned a new skill. Remember though, be very specific and clear about what behavior they're being praised for. Tip 4. Youth with an FASD also need a safe place that they can always go. This has to be consistent. It is important that we make sure these youth know who is safe and where they can go and be safe when they are struggling. Find a private space in whether at home or at school where the youth can relax, feel secure, and be safe.